today we start intermediate math sequence. So please, you have two different options to enter in the exercise. As always, you can come from standing, crossing one leg on top of each other, bending your knees and sitting, or it's simple, roll your spine all the way down. So we start with a footwork in the air. So bring your legs in tabletop, hands behind your neck, feet in Pilates feet. It's really similar to what we do on the reformer. As you exhale, you extend your legs. Inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, straight. Inhale, bend. 8 more. Bend. 7. 6 more. So imagine that the movement starts from your glutes muscle and not from your quad. And really activate your inner thighs and try to lift both shoulder blades off. 3 more. You have a fist in between chin and chest. And the same exercise with the legs parallel. 10 more. Exhale. 8. 7. 6. 5 more. Really feel your upper core warming up. You're going to straighten your legs and stay for tendon stretch, flex and point. That's really similar to what we do on the reformer when we do our calf raises strengthening. That's the same exercise, we're focusing more on your core. 4, 3, 2, and gentle roll down. Simple 100. Keep your legs extended forward, arms by your side, chin toward your chest. Start pumping your arms. In for 5, out for 5. In for 5, out for 5. 30 in and out. 40 in and out. 50 in and out. 60 in and out. So remember, it is important to breathe in for 5 in order to strengthen your lungs, and breathe out for 5. And gentle release. We're gonna do simple roll up and then different variation. So you're gonna lift your arms up with the palm facing forward. Feet in Pilates feet. As you exhale, lift your chin toward your chest, round the spine forward. Inhale to stay, and exhale to round your spine back. So remember, the goal of your roll-up is not just strengthening your core, is mobilizing your spine. And more your arms and your feet aim forward, more your core muscle aim backward. Slowly, with control. Try not to move your feet. Try to resist in the way back. Usually we do from 8 to 10 reps, making sure that you resist with your feet and you curve bone by bone in the way back. So curve your spine. Up. Exhale. Upper back. Mid back. Lower back. Head in between your arms. In. Engage your shoulder blades. Roll back your spine. Resist. 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 4 more. Lift your arms up. Don't breathe. Lift your chin toward your chest. Round your spine, gentle and slow. Inhale to stay. Exhale, roll bone by bone. 4 more, please. Exhale. Resist with your feet. Remember, if this exercise is too hard, in the beginner class we mentioned the half roll up. You can do the half roll up. To make a little bit more intense the sequence, I'm gonna add a magic circle. You don't need to use the magic circle if you don't have. You can use some weights or nothing. So all the options are fine. So I'm going to lift my arms up. I'm going to just create some variation. You're going to lift your arms up, align with your chest muscle. You're going to lift your chin toward your chest and roll your spine forward. I'm dropping my head in between my arms. Gentle, I stop halfway back in a position that I can maintain and feel my core muscle working. Using my upper chest, I'm going to squeeze the magic circle. If this exercise is too much, you can always bend your knees. Okay? 10 more. 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. Gentle roll down. We're going to do now a roll up to focus more on your obliques. We lift the arms up, arms align with your chest muscle. Lift your chin toward your chest and start rolling up your spine, bone by bone. You roll back your spine halfway. We twist toward the left side, making sure that the right hip is perfectly down. We're going to squeeze for 10, 9, 8. Make sure that your legs has the same shape, that you're not shortening your waist. 4, 3, 2. Gentle, come back in the middle. Roll down your spine. Again, lift your arms up. Squeeze the magic circle using your palm. Don't use your fingers. Roll up your spine. Drop your neck in between your arms. Gentle, come back halfway. Twist and squeeze. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and gentle roll down. If 10 repetition is too easy, feel free to increase the number of repetitions to 16 or 24 for each movement. Half roll up. So you're going to keep your feet flat, feet wide as your hips. More your feet are closer to your glutes, more challenge will be the exercise. More core and more flexibility is required. So maybe try to put your feet in a smart way where actually you can lift yourself up. We're going to use the magic circle if you need. In out to stay. As you exhale, lift your chin toward your chest and roll your spine up. In and lengthen. Exhale, roll down and resist. Curving. Bone by. We have 7 more like that. Arms up. Chin toward your chest. Roll up your spine. In. Exhale, roll down. 5 seconds to roll. 4, 3, 2, and then again. Arms up. Squeeze your chest. Exhale, roll up your upper back, your mid back, your lower back. Lengthen. Exhale, roll down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So make sure that you're not rushing. You do the movement slow and really try to mobilize your spine. 3 more. Inhalation to stay. Exhalation to round. Exhale to lift up. Lengthen. Exhale to roll down. Last one, guys. Arms up. Exhale. And gentle roll back. Next exercise exercise we did already in the beginner sequence is the half roll up, and is a good exercise if you cannot do the full roll up. This time you can use the magic circle or hands parallel to your knees or under your knees. As you exhale, round your spine until the edge of your shoulder blades, inhale to stay, exhale, roll back up. So try to keep your feet together and the knees wide as your hips. Try not to overwork with your hip flexor and your thighs. Try to just use your core as much as you can. Okay? 6 more. We try to go slow. In, feet still. Exhale, roll up. 4 more. Exhale. In. Exhale. 3 more. In. Exhale. 2 more. Last one. And gentle release. So as we said before, for the roll up, we can do 8-10 repetitions. For these two preparations, you can keep the same, 8 to 10. Of this exercise, you can also do 16. So it's up to you. Next exercise is called rollover. So we start, it's the first exercise that we usually introduce during the intermediate sequence. I'm not going to use the magic circle today, but you can use the magic circle. So it's full of coordination. We're going to bring the legs up to 90-degree angle with the feet in Pilates V, arms by your side and palm active. As you exhale, you're going to bring your legs back, parallel to the ground. Inhale, you open your legs wide, parallel your feet and flex them. As you exhale, you roll bone by bone. Okay? Bring your legs forward as much as you can. Make sure that you're not arching your spine. And then again. So exhale, bring your legs back, parallel to the ground. Ideally, one day your feet should touch the ground, but your waist needs not to collapse, lift up. Flex your feet, exhale, roll. All the way forward. Pilates V. Last one. Exhale. In. Exhale to roll back. So make sure that you're printing bone by bone and you're not collapsing with the waist. And reverse. Open your legs wide, flex your feet. Exhale, roll back your spine. Point, slowly roll back. For all the advanced girls that practice with me, Reformer Advanced, that's really similar to an exercise that we do in the beginning of the class. They always say to you, don't lose your waist. So it's important to keep your waist longer and high and you don't collapse. And the last one. Inhale to open. Legs parallel. Exhale to bring your legs back. Inhale, feet in Pilates V. Exhale, round the spine, bone by bone. And gentle release. So we usually do maybe 3-4 for each side. So, and then reverse. We transition up with a roll up. We're going to put our hands same level of the hips. We lift our glutes and send the glutes closer to the heels. For the next exercise, I'm going to use a ball. You don't need the ball. That's an extra thing that you can use. So I'm going to practice rolling like a ball. So the goal is strengthen your core and balance. As much as you can, try to keep your heels closer to your glutes. I'm going to use a ball to do that. Okay? we're gonna roll back your spine and exhale to roll back up. Inhale to roll, exhale to roll up. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. And in the last repetition, you roll back your spine for single leg stretch. I'm going to give you 2 different options. So if you have a magic circle, you can keep your arms up while you practice, or you're going to add the coordination with your arms. So you crouch until the edge of the shoulder blades, right hand, right ankle, left hand, right knee. You're going to extend the opposite leg. Inhale to stay, exhale to swoop. So really work your coordination, left hand, left ankle, and then you swoop. Inhale in one side, exhale in the other side. Leg toward your chest, while the opposite leg aim forward. In and out. We do 8 like this. Really slow. And the same exercise can be done, as we said before, with the magic circle. If you want, now we go a little bit faster. We change the breathing. In, out, out. 3 more. And gentle release. So this exercise we can do 8-10 repetitions slow, and then we can do 8-10 repetitions faster if you want. Second part is your double leg stretch. We introduce this exercise in the beginner option. I'm going to use a magic circle. As always, you don't need. I'm going to show you different options. So you can put the magic circle in between your ankles and crunch until the edge of the shoulder blades. As you inhale simultaneously, you straighten your arms, straighten your legs. Exhale, circle. Inhale, straight. Use your shoulder blades. Exhale, circle. 2 more like that. In and out. In and out. Other option, you can straighten the arms, straighten the legs. Exhale, close. Make sure to stay up and don't collapse with your back muscle. 2 more. 1 more. And gentle release. Of this exercise, I suggest you from 8 to 10 reps should be enough. Scissor. We're going to stretch a little bit your hamstrings. You're going to bring your legs toward your chest, lift your chin toward your chest. You're going to extend both legs up toward the sky. Grab your ankle with your hands and really try to draw the leg toward your nose. And then you swoop. Inhale when the legs are parallel. Exhale to stretch. In and out. 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 4 more. Make sure that your hips are not moving around, and make sure that your leg is reaching your nose and not your nose reaching your leg. So it's the leg reaching your face. And gentle roll down. Both legs lower and lift. I'm going to use the magic circle. As always, you can keep your legs together if you don't have a magic circle. So I'm going to extend your legs up toward the sky. You can keep your neck down if you have neck pain, or you can keep your neck up. It's up to you. Arms by your side. I'm going to lower the legs In 3 counts during the effort, I'm lowering in 1, 2, 3, exhalation up. Inhale, lowering 1, 2, 3, exhale up. Make sure you're not arching as you lower your legs in 1, 2, 3, exhale up. 4 more. Inhale, lowering 1, 2, 3, exhale up. In. So try to pull the magic circle using your outer thighs and your glutes muscle. 2 more, please. Exhale. And 8 fast. So you decide how low you can go. So if your core is really strong, you can also go much lower than me. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. And gentle release. I'm going to do a simple preparation for your core, for your obliques, but it actually works really good. If you don't have a magic circle, you can use a TheraBand around your thighs. If you don't have a TheraBand, you use nothing. Same, if you don't have a ball, you don't need a ball. But if you have, it's much better. So try to put the ball the same level of your shoulder blades, hands behind your neck. So the magic circle is going to help me to keep my hips perfectly stable. I'm going to keep my hands behind your neck and crunch until the edge of the shoulder blades. I'm going to twist toward the left-hand side. I'm going to squeeze the magic circle using my outer thighs and glutes. As I exhale, I crunch. Inhale, come back in the middle. Exhale, swoop. So instead of thinking in a big movement, think in a small movement and try to keep both shoulder blades off from the bed, from the mat. 8 more at least. Of this specific sequence, you can do also 16. So it's up to you how many repetitions you prefer doing, okay? So that's really safe. Make sure that your lower back is perfectly anchored down. Next exercise we did already in the beginner option. We reviewed the same exercise. Is the preparation for the exercise called crisscross to strengthen your obliques. You bring the legs up in tabletop. You're going to crunch as you inhale. Exhale, you extend the right leg, bend your left knee. 3 times you try to reach your left knee with your armpit. Inhale to come back. Exhale, you swap. In, all the way up. Exhale, twist. In, all the way up. Exhale to twist. In, all the way up. Exhale to twist. In, all the way up. Exhale. We have added 4 repetitions. So what is important is that you make sure that your lower back is perfectly anchored down. Both shoulder blades need to be off. And don't think in the elbow reaching the knee. Thinking more in the armpit reaching the knee. And gentle release. So of this specific variation, you can do at least 8 to 10 repetitions. We're going to do a little bit in the real exercise and a little bit faster. We're going to bring the legs in tabletop. You're going to lift the chin toward the chest and crunch. Hands behind your neck. You're going to twist toward the right side as you inhale. Exhale, you swoop. In and out. In and out. If you're really advanced, try to bring the knee toward the elbow and the elbow toward the knee. If you're not advanced, I suggest you to think more in the armpit and try to lift both shoulder blades off from the mat. And gentle release. Next exercise is always focusing on your obliques. We're going to bring the legs up a 90-degree angle. That's a variation, so that's not the real exercise. We're going to crunch until the edge of the shoulder blades and twist toward the right hand side. We're going to lower the left leg in 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lift it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you swoop. Lowering 1, 2, 3, 4. Lifting 1, 2, 3, 4. And twist. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up in 1, 2, 3, 4. Opposite. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up in 1, 2, 3, 4. Of these exercises, we can do at least 8 reps. So we do other 4. And again, lowering 1. Keep your left hip down. 2, 3, 4. Up in 1, 2, 3, 4. Lower 1, 2, 3, 4. Up in 1, 2, 3, 4. Other 2. Exhale. Last one. And gentle release. Okay. We just finished our obliques exercise. That was our last exercise. Gentle, we extend your legs forward. We roll up our spine. We're ready for a simple spine stretch to stretch our upper back. We're going to spread your glutes and open your legs wide or wider, respect the mat, but not too wide. We're going to keep the arms aligned with your shoulders. We're going to lift the spine up. As you exhale, chin toward your chest, you roll your spine forward, but make sure that you're not moving your lower back. Inhale to stay, exhale, roll up. 4 more. Of this exercise, we can do from 3 to 5 reps. Really trying to stretching your upper back. Really try to drop your neck in between your arms and roll bone by bone. 1 more. And gentle roll up. From there, we transition for open leg rocker. It's an exercise of strengthening of the core, balance, flexibility. As you are, you're gonna bring the legs toward the glutes and extend both legs up. As you inhale, you roll back your spine. And as you exhale, you roll back up. Inhale, roll back. And exhale, roll back up. 6 more repetitions. So make sure that you curve your spine. It's super important that you're curving your lower back as you roll back. Never roll back flat. I don't know if it's possible. So make sure you're curving your lower back. You create bone by bone. Lift your spine up. If this variation is too much, bend your knees. Hands under your knees. and you roll up. If you want something more advanced, you can try to extend your legs, grabbing for your big toe. In, out, roll back, and exhale to roll back up. I can't. Oh, I couldn't. I think I'm gonna stay in the first option. Let's try again. I grab my big toes, in, out, to roll, exhale to roll back up. Woo! I did too much. I'm gonna stay in the first option, but if you can, grab your big toes. In, and exhale to roll back up. I'm gonna join the legs together. I'm gonna roll back my spine for open leg rocker. I'm gonna give you 3 different options. First exercise is the easiest. So you're gonna draw a circle wide as your shoulders, and then opposite direction. That's just to strengthen your upper core. If you want a little bit harder, magic circle in between your ankles. You bring your legs toward the right shoulder, forward, left shoulder, up and reverse. Inhalation. Exhalation. That's the easiest option. Second option is more intermediate. We're going to bring our legs back parallel to the ground. As always, also for this exercise, 6-8 reps should be okay. We're going to bring our legs up. I'm going to bring your legs back. I'm going to roll back my spine as I'm exhaling. And as my sacrum reaches the ground, I'm drawing this circle. Exhale. Make sure you're not collapsing with your waist. Inhale, stay. Exhale and roll down vertebra by vertebra. And I circle my legs. 4 more. Exhale. Make sure you're centered. And try to open your chest as much as you can. And with your hands, try to use the palm really active on the ground. In, exhale. One more, please. And gentle release. So all this sequence can be done with the magic circle inside the inner thighs. I would say 6/8. From there we transition for the saw. We're going to roll up the spine. We're going to open the legs wide and stretch our mid back. We're going to keep the legs wide as the mat. Soften the knees, flex the feet, spread our glutes. Make sure that we're sitting on our sitting bones. We're going to open the arms wide and inside the peripheral vision. Head that aim up, arms that aim on the side. I'm going to twist toward the right hand side and try to reach my little toe and really open my chest. And feeling a nice stretching on my mid back. In. Exhale. So imagine that your head is perfectly on a pillow. Open your chest. Arms in 2 different directions. In. Exhale. Twist. Keep your glute down. And again. In. Exhale. Open. In. Exhale. Keep your left glute down. Keep your left hip down. Lengthen and twist. And gentle release. So this specific exercise says 6/8 should be okay. Next exercise is actually really heavy. I'm going to use a foam roller. The option is that you can use just your mat, but if you have this foam roller, it's a great variation with the foam roller. So I'm going to strengthen your hamstring. Is really similar what we do in my classes on the weekend, in our bridges, but just using a foam roller. more challenge as we don't have springs that can help us, okay? So we're gonna keep spine down, feet on top of the foam roller, arms by your side. Okay? As much as you can, try to keep the foam roller still for all the sequence. As you exhale for our bridge, tuck under your pelvis, squeeze your glutes, lift your pelvis up, inhale to stay, exhale, roll down. And inhale. Of this specific exercise, we can do 8, but if you want to do more than 8, you can do more than 8. So the important thing is that you make sure that you mobilize your spine. You really use bone by bone. And imagine that you want to paint with your spine the carriage. In this sense, it will be the mat. Okay? Muscle that you need to engage is your glutes muscle and your hamstrings. When you go up, imagine that your knees aim forward and gentle roll down. Try to understand if you experience more tension in one of your hamstrings, or if you're leaning more in one of your hamstrings. In, exhale. If you're afraid that the connection is not great, or you think that maybe you're using wrong your hips, feel free to use a magic circle. That should help you in your alignment with your hips. In. Make sure your feet are parallel. I can't see mine. And make sure that you try as much as you can to respect the alignment. Knees, feet, and hips. And gentle roll down. After that, we do 8 of these repetitions. We enter in a much heavier sequence. My hamstrings are not strong enough to do that, but if your hamstrings are strong, you're going to feel a lot. So you're going to lift your glutes up. Ideally, you're going to press the foam roller all the way forward. And then as you exhale, you should bring the foam roller all the way in. Now, of this specific sequence, you should do 8 to 10. But that's a variation just if you are intermediate advanced and if your hamstrings are really strong. I'm really strong on my quad, I'm not strong enough on my hamstring to do this specific sequence. So if your body is not ready, wait to do it. So I'm going to do a small movement, but if you can, go all the way forward. So for this, yes. Okay. After that we do, as we said, 8 to 10 of these repetitions. Feel free also to do more if you feel like, and also do more sets. We're going to work now more in the stability of the hips. Always focusing on our hamstring strengthening. We are going rolling back our spine, making sure that our pubic bone and the hips are in line. As you exhale, I'm going to lift the left leg in tabletop. Inhale to lower down. Exhale to lift the opposite leg up. Inhale to lower down. Exhale. So as much as you can, try to have legs really, really light. And imagine that the movement is not starting from your legs, but it's actually starting from your core. We try to do 10 more. Alza bachata with your hips, trying to keep your hips stable as much as you can. Try not to lower your glutes down as you lift your leg. And really imagine a glass of water on top of your pelvis. If you want the exercise easier, arms will be by your side with the palm facing down, a little bit higher, the palm facing up. Or you can move the arms up toward the sky. And gentle, roll down your spine. We keep going with different variation of the bridges now. Arms by your side. You roll back your spine. You're going to lower your glutes as you inhale and exhale. You're going to lift your legs, glutes up. We aim for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and really try to activate also your inner thighs. So imagine that you're squeezing a ball in between your knees. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. Feel free to do it more if this is not enough. Otherwise, we enter in a similar exercise with the opposite leg. We're going to lift your leg up, the right leg in tabletop. We have 10 repetitions, lowering the glute. And exhale, lift up. Really feel the movement come from your sitting bone and squeeze. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then nice whoop. Opposite leg up. Make sure your hips are not collapsing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Gentle roll down. So for today we stop the sequence here. The sequence is much longer. We're going to do more variation using the foam roller in the next times. The last part, I just wanted to focus in a simple bridge, trying to keep in mind the same principle that we use on the foam roller. So feet wide as your hips. If you need a magic circle, you can use the magic circle to keep the alignment. And as you exhale, tuck under your pelvis, lift your glutes, and exhale, roll down. 5 more. Try really to mobilize your spine and bring it bone by bone. Last one. And gentle roll down. Today we focus a lot on the roll up. We do now the intermediate option of the roll up. It's called neck pull. So we're going to start in a sitting position. So the feet needs to be a little bit wider, respect your hips, and flex your feet. Hands behind your neck, spine long. And as you exhale, you round your spine back, but try not to move your feet as much as you can. Inhale to stay. As you exhale, chin toward your chest and slowly round your spine up. You come in a upright position. Exhale, you bring your chest forward, rounding the spine. There's always this energy in your tummy. Lift your spine up and gentle roll down. Okay? You have two options in the rolling back. So the first part, exhale, chin toward your chest, you roll up the spine. If it's too heavy, you can still grab under your thighs. You roll forward the spine to stretch your upper back. You lift your spine up. Second option, you can lean flat, and as soon as you start feeling collapsing, you roll back your spine. Two more. Exhale. Grow taller. Exhale, roll down. In. Lean flat. And then exhale to curve. In your option, you can also use a magic circle in between your ankles. If you want, you don't need to do it. But that can help as a reminder to use more your inner thighs. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze the magic circle, chin toward your chest, and roll all the spine forward. Inhale, lift the spine up. Exhale, roll down. Resist in your way back. Resist, resist, resist. So for this specific exercise, we have 8 to 10 repetitions. We are strengthening your core, mobilizing your spine. That's really similar to what we do on the spine stretch before, just in this exercise, neck pull. Lean, flat back, and then you curve. Two more. As much as you can, try not to close the elbows like I'm doing. Try to keep your elbows open wide. Try not to compensate with your arms. And just try really to use your core muscle as much as you can. Last one. And release. So the neck pull we do usually maybe 8 to 10 reps. And then we move to the next exercise. Next exercise we're going to do is a variation of the side leg series. We're going to use the TheraBand today. First I'm going to use a soft TheraBand, but it's up to you, okay? So you have two options. As we did in the mat work beginner, you can stay all the way down. Or if you want more an intermediate option, you're going to put your elbow on the mat, lifting your waist up. So I have an injury on my shoulder, so I'd rather stand down. So it's up to you which option you prefer to do. So you're going to lift your leg up. Respect the mat work sequence. The breathing will be different as we are using the TheraBand. Okay? As you exhale, you're going to kick the leg forward. Inhale to pull back. Exhale. In to pull. So make sure you're using your glute medial. Exhale. 4 more. 3 more. Try not to collapse with your waist. Remember to create a nice gap in between waist and mat and try to get longer with your waist. And gentle release. So I would say 8 repetitions. You're going to lift after your leg higher and longer. Respect the opposite leg. You're going to flex your foot. You're going to lift your leg from your bum, lifting, flexing. 1, 2, 3, point, hip. So you need to make sure that your spine is perfectly neutral. Head, spine, glutes. As you exhale, you lift your leg in 3. Point, hip. 1. Exhale. and reverse. Exhale, all the way up. Point 1, 2, 3. Exhale up. Point 1, 2, 3. Exhale up. Point 1, 2, 3. Exhale up. Point 1, 2, 3. And gentle release. So we do 4 going up, 4 going down. Small circle, leg and foot turn out. Circles. So try not to do salsa, bachata with your hips. Try to keep your hips stable. And reverse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Small rest. From there we transition with simple climb. Come back in your neutral spine. Fit in Pilates V. As you exhale, knee up, knee down. 16. Try to keep your waist long. And try not to collapse. Get longer with your upper waist and with your lower waist. 8 more. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and small rest. Feel free to do more repetition if you want. For the second part, we remove the TheraBand. The legs will not anymore be in 45-degree angle. I'm going to send the legs in line with my head and spine. I'm going to lift both legs up for small beats for 16 seconds. So I really try to engage my obliques and my inner thighs. And if your balance is really good, you can try to remove the hand that you have in front of you. And scissor. Same thing, try to keep your spine in line and not move around. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Small rest. We transition. If you have the TheraBand, you can keep the TheraBand in between your ankles. And instead of doing beats to strengthen your inner thighs, we do some beats outside to strengthen your glutes and outer thighs. So hands on the bed, head, forehead on top of your hands, lift your legs up, small, tiny pulses for 16 seconds. Try to scoop your core in and up as much as you can, and try to slide your shoulder blades on your back muscle. 8 more. And gentle release. So the same sequence needs to be done left hand side, right hand side. Okay? So I'm not going to do the right hand side. It's important you do left and right. From there, we transition. I'm not going to do with the TheraBand. I'm just going to show you really fast how we be in the opposite side. So what we said, make sure that you lengthen your waist, upper waist, long, lower waist, long. I'm lifting my upper leg up. If I want, I use a TheraBand. If it's too much, I'm going to remove the TheraBand. I'm going to kick the leg forward and pull the leg back. So if I'm using the TheraBand, I'm going to use the exhale when I kick forward and inhale when I'm pulling back. If I'm not using the TheraBand, I can change the breathing. I can become inhale to kick and exhale to pull. You can be free also to do a double kick. And when you do the double kick, you try to reach higher your nose. Okay? 2 more. 1 more. When you finish your 8, make sure that your upper leg is longer than your lower leg. You're going to flex your foot and engage your glute muscle. You're going to lift the leg in 1, 2, 3, point hip. And again, exhale 1, 2, 3, point hip. And again, 1, 2, 3, point hip. One more. Exhale. And reverse. Exhale, I'm gonna lift in 1. Point. Coming back in 1, 2, 3. Flex. Exhale up. Point. 1, 2, 3. Flex. Up. Point. 1, 2, 3. Flex. And then small circle. Leg and foot turn out. Make sure you're not moving your hips around. And reverse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Small rest. Clamp. Also, if you're not using the TheraBand, the sequence is the same. So try to create this famous gap also when you practice. Try not to lose the gap. As you exhale, knee up, knee down, 3. So really imagine your body against a wall while you're practicing. 8 more. And gentle, straight your legs forward. Everything needs to be in line. Small beats. You're gonna give me tiny, tiny beats with your inner thighs, focusing in your obliques. You will have one side that is much stronger and the other side is much weaker. It's normal. After we do 16 of these, we move in the scissor. Try to keep your hips forward. 10 seconds more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Small rest. So just to review, we did 8 kick, 4 up and down reverse, 8 circles reverse, 16 clamp, from 8 to 16 beats, from 8 to 16 scissor. We're going to finish with the last couple of exercises. Firstly, the teaser. We do just the prep one time. We did in the beginner class the preparation. The arms will be up, legs in tabletop, hands under your knees if you want easier, arms parallel to your knees if you want higher. I'm gonna mobilizing my spine, printing bone by bone, and then try to keep the legs in tabletop as much as I can. Inhale to stay, exhale, roll down. Okay? Make sure that you're using your core, curving your lower back. I'm not skipping bones. As we did in the bridges, make sure to articulate your spine. As we did in the roll up in the beginning of the class. 3 more. So about the preparation, we usually do 5, and we enter now in the real exercise, our teaser. I don't spend too much time speaking about the preparation. We spoke about the preparation in the previous video. Let's speak about the real exercise. So you have 2 options today to begin with. Can be with the arms by your side or with the arms backward. I suggest you to start a little bit easier with the arms by your side. Before entering in a teaser, there is a moment that is similar to a 100 position. So as much as you can, I need to see the 100 position before getting the real teaser. So simultaneously engaging your core muscle, you're going to remove pressure and weight from your upper body and from your lower body. And from there, super slowly, you're trying to lift your legs up. Inhale to stay, and slowly, with control, try to roll down. Okay? As much as you can, try to be even, not like me. Try to be in line as much as you can. Inhale, legs bent. Otherwise, try to straighten your legs forward, arms up, gentle roll down. 2 more. Try not to use your back. Try as much as you can to use your core muscle. Last one. In. Exhale. Keep your legs up. Remove your arms in 3, 2, 1, and circle. And then roll down. We're going to finish the sequence with that simple plank. Roll back. Make sure that your hands are in line with your shoulders. We're going to extend your legs back. Squeeze your glutes. Neck long. And we're going to hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift your glutes up and gently walk with your hands until your feet. Soften your knees. Round your spine.